Welcome back to the Python tutorial series. I'm so glad you're here. Today we will learn about enumeration in Python. So let's get started. If I had a list and wanted to index everything by a number, for example here, I have grade, and if I wanted freshman to be 0, sophomore to be 1, I could do that with a for loop, but there's a quicker way to do that using the enumerate function. So I'm gonna print grade, which is the list above, but I'm gonna enumerate it. So this will index like a for loop, but it's quicker and more efficient. And if I wanted to display it as a list, I could do that. And now when I run this, I get a list of tuples. And 0 is freshman, 1 is sophomore, 2 is junior, and 3 is senior. So that works. But I could also make it into a dictionary by just doing that. And when I run this, I have key value pairs. So this is a much cleaner and efficient way than using a for loop to get the index of everything. So how is this useful? Well, enumeration is useful in classes. So I created a new file called enum in a class. And from enum, I'm going to import enum. And enum is short for enumerate. I'm then going to create a class called grade like before, and it's going to inherit the enum class. Then I can make a variable called freshman and set this equal to 9, and the same thing with sophomore and junior. And for the enum class, I can't have two enums that are the same name. So what's nice about this is that it's an enum and not a string, because you can put anything into a string data type, but because this is in a class, it's much easier to use if you were to use this in other classes. If I wanted to print freshman, I could print grade.freshman.name, and this would return freshman, and I could do the same thing for the value, and it would return 9. And when I run this, you see that it works. It has freshman since that's the enum, and 9 since that's the enum value. Now I could do senior equals 12, but since enums have a number and it's going in order, I can also import auto. So after junior, I can create the enum senior and set this equal to auto. And now when I print grade.senior.value, it should output 12. And when I run this, you see that it outputs 12 because auto knows that 12 is the next number. So this is an overview of how enumeration works, and enums are great in classes if you want to call something. For example, if you're working with a database that has freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior, this is a great way to do this as opposed to using strings. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow along with this video series by subscribing and hitting the notification bell, or by clicking on the next video so that you can expand your knowledge about Python. And as always, I can't wait to see you next time.